and we've got a lot to get ready for.
Johnny, last time you guys played Peyton Hillis, he wasn't as well known and maybe not as established. Now that he's kind of back, what do you think is the approach to playing a guy like him and just the kind of season he's had?
Well, obviously he's a really talented guy. You know, talking about Peyton Hillis, he's a downhill runner. I think he complements our offensive line very well, Aaron. You know, they come off the ball. They're very physical. They run pretty much every I formation running scheme there is, and they do it really effectively. And that's the kind of back he is. So I think they just complement each other well. He's a hard runner. He's tough to bring down. If he gets in your secondary, he's really tough to bring down. So,
just to follow up, how motivated? You know, you guys have a prideful defense, and when somebody does have that kind of day, how much do you think that motivates them?
Well, yeah, I'm sure it does. You know, I think it's part of it, obviously, and you know, we're motivated because stopping the run's important. You know, and they're a team that's I think prides themselves in running the ball, play action pass. Obviously, the quarterback's been playing really well. Colt McCoy, his quarterback rating's through the roof. So you know, you got to stop all those things, but the run game's a big part of it.
Is it easy to see measurable improvement, you know, over the course of years with this team right now, and the type of players they have based on playing them early in the year versus late?
Yeah, you know, it's tougher to kind of judge it, I guess, because we haven't seen him, Nestor, like through the course of the season. We see cut-ups and clips and stuff like that, but I think you can see what they're trying to do. You know, what they're trying to become. You know, physical, aggressive defense and a really fundamentally sound team. So they're definitely improving.
What's your message to the team? I mean, when you look at film, they gave up 380 yards rushing the past 2 games to Fred Jackson and Cedric Benson. Ray Rice had a great game. So when they look at things on film, they're going to see 380 yards. They're like, well, I mean, what message do you tell them to stay focused?
Well, you know, I think obviously the Browns are going to be focused on stopping the run. You know, it's going to be where it's going to start for them. It's going to be important to them. We know that you have to block, you have to run the ball well. You know, it's going to be one of the trenches like it always is to start with. They've been very adept at getting turnovers. I think that's something that, you know, they've got a lot of interceptions. It's been a big part of what they do. They're a very aggressive defense. You know, the Ryan style, Rob and Rex have a similar style. They're going to blitz you. They're going to run all kinds of different blitzes to stop the run, stop the pass. So we're going to have our hands full with that.
John, Sergio Kendall tweeted that he has some concern over whether he'll be able to play next season after talking to some doctors. Has the team received any updates and kind of what your thoughts of maybe him coming back next year?
Well, I don't have anything new on Sergio. We haven't met with the doctor since the last time we talked about that, so I really don't know anything new on that. I think it's going to be, where I understand it, it's still a matter of how far he comes along, how fast he comes along with his recovery.
One of the big things that you can do this weekend, you can clinch, and you don't have to need help from anybody. All you have to win. Which is that just kind of hammered into the guys that don't have to scoreboard watch anymore. You can accomplish your biggest goal right this weekend.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have been scoreboard watching. I think we've been focused on every single week. You know, we've had a lot at stake every single week, and that's no less this week. Obviously, you get to the point where finally you can clinch that playoff berth. It's right there in your hands. It's very tangible. It's a lot of motivation.
Coach, your first year here, the average margin of all your regular season games, wins and losses, was about 16 points. This year it's 7.5. Now, is that something you really get a feel for or realize, or you're just focused on other points of the game to really focus in on that?
Probably focused on other things right now, Joe. I haven't really thought about that. Just trying to get to the next week. Probably something at the end of the season maybe we'll take a look at.
When you watch film, can you see, especially when you're looking at Haloti Ngata, can you see how offenses put so much effort into trying to neutralize a guy like that?
Yes, I mean, Haloti's a guy that you pretty much have to put 2 guys on every time. You know, when he gets singled up, then he's a problem. He's a problem in pass protection, and he's a problem in the run game. I don't know how many times he's really been blocked one-on-one all year, so I think most people find a way to get 2 guys on Haloti.
What kind of season does Kelly Bragg had, and have that kind of longevity at that kind of meat grinder position?
Right. Well, Kelly Gregg, I mean, he's an amazing guy. He's played all these years in the middle. You know, probably one of the toughest positions in football. He's not the biggest guy, but there's nobody that plays with better leverage. There's nobody that understands blocking schemes better. And Kelly's playing at a very high level. I think he's playing as well as he ever has. So he's a big part of our defense.
John, with Colt McCoy, rookie, he's missed some games, obviously some limited exposure there. What have you picked up about what you've seen from him?
Well, you know, he looks really smart. You know, Colt McCoy looks like a guy who's just really, for a rookie, at his stage of his development, he looks like he's really got a great feel for the game. You know, the things you saw at Texas, he's transferred to the NFL, which, you know, you don't always see with quarterbacks. So, you know, they do a nice job of setting the passing game up, I think, around what he does well and what he understands. But he's looked very comfortable.
Coach, on the lighter side, it's holiday season,
Uh-huh.
and we're just wondering what are your thoughts of the holidays, of what it means to you, and can you think of like growing up and your first toy and all that kind of stuff?
We have a sit-down 60-minute conversation here about the holidays. No, I mean, I love Christmas. I think most people love Christmas, and in our house we try to keep it focused on the reason for the season a little bit. And of course, we got a lot of presents for our little girl, and no, it's just a very special time of year. We're gonna make sure on Saturday our guys get a chance in the morning to get time with their families.
Did you look forward to Christmas as a kid?
Who doesn't? What kid doesn't? Did you look forward to Christmas when you were a kid? Absolutely, yeah. Christmas is it's the best day of the year when you're a kid. Christmas and your birthday, right?
That's right.
But this is not a normal business to be in to have Christmas.
Right.
Being football. I mean, when's the last time you had a normal Christmas where you were really off?
I've never had a normal. Well, in college coaching, I guess we did. Not in the pros. Not since we got to the NFL. There's always a game, or a practice or something. So, but we'll get the morning off, Nestor. We'll get.
Well,
at
it's
least
a Saturday this year.
That helps.
That helps.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.